Hey YouTube, Kira Twig here, bringing you all an update to my Dragunity Yugioh deck profile for Post Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1. With the release of Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1, we were introduced to the new Dragunity Yugioh, which is a level 3 tuner monster that just helps with a little much more of the consistency for the Dragunity deck, which focuses on special summoning out the different dragon tuners with the different wing beasts monsters we have in the deck to summon out all the different synchro monsters we have for the build. It's a really awesome deck if you're looking to build it. A lot of the stuff was reprinted in the latest Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1 set. So with that and the cards from Ghosts from the Past, you can make a pretty awesome Dragunity deck all together. So let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So we'll go ahead and start off with the Wing Beast monsters first. For the Wing Beast monsters, we are running 3 Dragunity Sonatas. You can discard 1 Dragunity card to equip 1 Dragunity Dragon Tuner from your deck to this card. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except for Dragon monsters. You can only use this effect of Sonatas once per turn. If a Dragunity card you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy 1 Dragunity card equipped to this card instead. So it's a protection option, but more or less the setup for your different Dragunity monsters, since the tuners, which are the dragons, have very easy means of special summoning onto the field. And with that setup onto Sonatas, you also have the protection effect, but more you're going to use it for the special summon setup to then go into your many different Dragunity synchro monsters, with level 6 being that setup, and also having the new Dragunity Yugioh for the level 3 option. You can go into some of your level 7 synchro plays, including your Dragunity Knight Trident. For the other Wing Beast monsters, I'm also running 3 of the Dragunity Legatus. With this one, if you control a Dragon Ravine or a Dragunity monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if a Dragunity monster card in your spell and trap card zone, you can target 1 spell or trap on the field and destroy it. You can only use each effect of Legatus once per turn, but a special summon onto the field, and then also just an additional spell or trap destruction for having either the main playstyle of the deck or even your field spell, Dragon Ravine, on the field ready to use. You can easily special summon this card onto the field and then have your dragon monster, if it's not equipped on, at least on the field to then use with your Dragunity Legatus. And I also run 2 Dragunity Ducks. With this card, it gains 200 attack for each Dragunity card you control. When it's normal summon, you can target 1 level 3 or lower Dragunity monster in your graveyard and equip that card to this card. It's one of the main go-to ways to set up a lot of your dragon plays, which will make a lot more sense when we get to the Dragunity Dragon Tuners. And with them, our first up, I do want to run 2 Dragunity Yugioh. It is a level 3 tuner option. The good majority of the other ones we run in the deck are level 2. But with the Dragunity Yugioh, when it's normal summon, you can target 1 level 4 lower Wind Dragon or Wing Beast monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but negate its effects. And while this card is equipped to a monster, you can special summon this equipped card. You can only use each effect of Yugioh once per turn. I feel 2 is all you need in the deck. It can be set up in the graveyard with Dragon Ravine and then equipped on to the appropriate Dragunity monster, or even just for the normal summon to summon one onto the field. It's kind of like a reverse option Dragunity Ducks, but once again, a level 3 tuner. I'm just running, any other Dragunity level 3 to substitute in until you get this one as the number of choice. If you don't have the option for any of the level 3s, you can add in additional numbers of Chaos and Phalanx to substitute in the spots for this card. For the other Dragunity Dragon Tuners, I'm also running 3 Dragunity Remus. It cannot be used as synchro material except for the synchro summon of a Dragunity monster. You can discard this card to add 1 Dragon Ravine from your deck to your hand. And if you control a Dragunity monster, you can special summon this card from your graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except for Dragon monsters. It's really not a limit at all. I think the good majority of our entire extra deck is Dragon. And just being a searcher for your Dragon Ravine means you can discard this card, setting it up in the graveyard for use with some of your other Dragunity monsters to then special summon back onto the field. For the lower numbers, for the other Dragunity tuners, I also run 2 Dragunity Phalanx. Once per turn while this card's equipped to a monster, you can special summon this equipped card. So when you equip it on to either your Sonatas or your Ducks, you can then just special summon it onto the field. And there's your tuner to use with your Dragunity Wing Beast monsters. And then lastly, for the Dragon tuners, I also run 2 Dragunity Kaus. It cannot be used as synchro tier except for the synchro summon of a Dragunity monster. This card on the field can be treated as a level 4 monster when used for a synchro summon. If this card is currently equipped to a monster, you can special summon this card. So the restrictions is what makes it different from Dragunity Phalanx, but being able to be used as a level 4 tuner means you can summon out some of the bigger monsters that we run in the deck, like your Dragunity Knight Ascalon, which can then be summoned when you equip on your Kaus to one of your level 6 Dragunity Synchros. And then for some of the lower numbers for the Dragunity monsters, I also run 1 Mistletoe and 1 Arma Levitine. You have special summon options from both of these by removing from play 1 face-up monster your opponent that you control equipped with the Dragunity card with your armed Levitine, or you can special summon your Mistletoe by sending 1 face-up Dragunity monster you control to the graveyard. And with this card is normal special summon, you can select 1 Dragon-type monster in your graveyard and equip it to this card, giving you once again the special summon play to go into your level 8 plays or even some of your bigger plays with Levitine. For some more additional support in the deck, I also run 1 Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. It's another setup card for the discard, and then being able to bounce cards like your Dragon Ravine back to your hand to special summon it onto the field just gives you a Wing Beast monster that you can make use of. I also run 2 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. I know this card's at 3 now, but I felt 3 was too much in the deck. 2 at least gives me a better chance to see the card more often to special summon onto the field, and then just give me more Dragon resources for the special summon. And I also run 1 Tempest and 1 Destrudo. The Destrudo definitely helps with the synchro play as another graveyard setup monster with Dragon Ravine, and having a level 7 Dragunity Knight option, or just an additional dragon monster to go for some of the Link monsters, including Dragunity Knight Romulus for that setup. And for the last of the monsters, I just run 3 Ash Blossom as the hand trap of choice, because not only will I want my own monster effects to resolve, I'll just want a way to shut down my opponent's own plays, especially if they go first against the deck. And that is it for the monsters. We'll now move on to the spells. Most important spell in the deck is definitely Dragon Ravine. Once per turn, you can discard 1 card, then activate one of these effects. You can add 1 level 4 or lower Dragunity monster from your deck to your hand, or you can send 1 dragon monster from your deck to the graveyard. So another reason why I'm fine with running 2 Dragunity Guisarme, because you can just search it off of your Dragon Ravine and then have that normal summon from there. And it's a discard, so you can set up any of the other Wind Dragon or Wind Beast monsters in your graveyard to then summon back onto the field with this card at hand. Or if not, you could use the Dragon play to send the Dragon monster and then just summon out that other Dragunity Wing Beast monster onto the field to make use of. For some of the one-ofs for the Dragunity spells, I run 1 Divine Lance. It gives your Dragunity monsters immunity against trap cards, also the additional attack boost, and also being able to equip a dragon card once per turn to your Dragunity on the field, as long as it's a tuner. The 1 Dragunity Draft, when it's activated, targeting a level 4 or lower Dragunity monster in your graveyard, add to your hand. If your Dragunity monster whose original level is 5 or higher attacks, it's unaffected by your opponent's card effects until the end of damage step. So a protection continuous spell, but also a recycle for your Wing Beast monsters. And lastly, 1 Dragunity Glow. You add 1 level 5 or higher Dragunity monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, and you can banish this card from your graveyard to target 1 monster in your spell and trap card zone, equip it to a Dragunity monster, and special summon it in defense position. Just another way to get around the own effects of the dragon monsters to summon them back onto the field if need be, like cards like Dragunity Remus, and adding other big monsters to your hand like your Mistletoe or your Levitine that much faster. And for some other additional one-ups for these spells, I run 1 Foolish Burial as another option for just setting up your dragons in the graveyard for you to use, along with the 1 Monster Reborn for special summoning resources back onto the field, and also 2 World Legacy Succession. We do run a good number of Link monsters, including the Dragunity Knight Romulus, so just having Link Arrow targets to special summon more monsters on the field always helps to continue the many plays you do in the deck. And then for the traps, the only trap I run in the deck is the 3 Infinite Impermanence, just the trap of choice, because once again, going second, you want to stop your opponent's plays, but still have the means to go up against your opponent with your own Dragunity plays you'll go for. And that is it for the main deck. We'll now move on to the extra deck. I run 1 Dragunity Knight, Gaebolg. This one, actually, once per battle, if this card battles during the damage step, quick effect, you can banish 1 Wing Beast monster from your graveyard, and this card gains attack equal to that monster's original attack until the end of this turn. Just a power boost card. Being able to target that Wing Beast monster makes use of some of the other ones in the graveyard that it may have already used for some of the other plays to summon out. I also run 1 Vajrayana as the additional special summon play to go for some of your bigger level 8 and 10 Dragunities, summoning out the dragon by equipping it first when this card is synchro summoned, and also one Gator. Once per turn, you can add one level 4 lower Dragunity or Wing Beast monster from your deck to your hand, then discard one dragon or Wing Beast monster. Another way to set up Zephyros in the graveyard, because you can search out Zephyros and then just send it to the graveyard using this card. Also, one Dragunity Trident, the level 7 monster. Once per turn, you can send up to 3 cards you control to the graveyard to look at your opponent's extra deck and send an equal number of cards from there to the graveyard. This is a first turn card you make. You can take away vital cards your opponent may need to use for a good majority of their plays, especially since it's 3. That could be a play set of a card that can definitely start a good majority of plays. One of the games I tested with this deck, I was able to take away all of the battle links against the Salmon Great player I went up against, and it just really didn't have an easy way to start off any of their plays in the deck. For some of the other Dragunity monsters, I also run 2 Dragunity Knight Barcha. I love with the new Hidden Arsenal set that these are just much more easily available. These cards are getting quite pricey also, but with Barcha, when it's synchro summon, you can select any number of dragon-type Dragunity monsters in your graveyard and equip them to this card, and it gains 300 attack for each Dragunity card equipped to it. It's a level 8 Dragunity monster, so another one that can be easily made with your Vajrayana, summoning out the level 2 dragon that's equipped to it. And for some of the bigger Dragunity monsters, I run 1 Arrowed Bar and 1 Ascalon. So like I said, higher level synchro monsters that can be summoned pretty easily with the level 4 Kaus onto the field. And with it, you also have some of the options with your setup with some of your other tuners, like Wisarm being a level 3 tuner, and also your Trident being a level 7 to summon these cards out with those plays also. For some of the more generic synchros, I also run 1 Crystal Wing and 1 Borreload Savage Dragon. The Borreload is very, very useful with the Link monsters we run, and Crystal Wing with the added synchro monsters that are used with your Vajrayana and your level 2 Dragunity monster, being able to go into Crystal Wing that much more easily. For the Link monsters, I run the 1 Dragunity Knight Romulus. If it's Link summon, you can add 1 Dragunity Spiral Trap or Dragon Ravine from your deck to your hand. So that's why I also like to just run 1-ofs for some of the specific spells. They're searchable. With Romulus, I only have the 1 in the deck, but if you wanted to run additional copies, you can take out any of the other Dragon Link monsters that I'm running. The other one being Heavenly Spheres. I definitely do recommend keeping this one in. It just helps with the additional Dragon plays and bouncing of your opponent's cards. Pisty's good for getting back your banished Dragunity monsters. The biggest one being your Dragunity Remus, since it banishes when you use it for its own monster effect. The 1 Triple Burst Dragon, this could be the card you put in for a second Romulus. I don't use it as often, but I like having the level 3 Dragon Link option. With the last one being Borreload Dragon, this could also be Borrel Sword Dragon. Just needing 3 more effect monsters can be easily done with this deck, especially when you have the Link monster and other cards like Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon and Destrudo in the mix. And then as for some of the go-to plays, I went through a lot of them in the video already, but one of my favorites, still the original play with your setup, with your Dragon Ravine, setting up the discard by just being able to discard 1, then send an additional Dragon monster. So if you discard the Dragunity monster to the graveyard, or even just having the Remus in your hand, you can discard this first, searching out the Dragon Ravine, and then there's your additional play, which you can set up by sending another Dragon monster you may potentially have in your hand to search out the level 4 Wing Beast monster. You will then summon out that monster, equipping on the Dragunity to that card as well. And then with that play, being able to special summon this card from your hand, but banish it when it leaves the field. But you can also have the play to set up your own Dragunity monster with your Remus by setting up the summon there as well. Depending on what you want to send with the Dragon play, you could also send the Phalanx, which will set up the summon with your Ducks to equip onto it. Special summoning it onto the field, going for the level 6 synchro play into your Dragunity Vajrayana, special summoning the Phalanx back onto that card, and then going for the level 8 play, which can either be your Crystal Wing or any of the other level 8 Dragunity monsters. And then having the more special summon option with cards like Barcha to summon another level 2 equipped onto it, onto the field, and then have your level 10 synchro play with that Dragunity monster, whether it be your Ascalon or your Dragunity Arid Bar. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed the video. With the newest card, I was very happy with a bunch of the different promos, but I was especially happy with the Dragunity Yugioh that we got from the latest Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1 set. And I hope you all enjoy updating your Dragunity decks as well. And as always, until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And Kira Twig out.